Really, I'm pissed, man.
I'm really pissed.
I'm really pissed.
Dave Palumbo here at the 2023 Olympia Finals. I'm here with Chris Aceto. We're here with Mr. Olympia. What's your name?
Samir B.
Oh, that's right, Samir Benoot, Sean Hansen, and Jimmy Mentis. And we're going to wrap up tonight's win for Derek Lunsford, the 18th Mr. Olympia, the only man to ever win two divisions, the 212 and the Open. Chris, you did not predict this one.
No, I had him. I did. I had Hardy winning the prejudging, and it never crossed my mind after prejudging that Hardy was ahead, based on completeness, fullness, muscle density. Look, you have a Mr. Olympia who doesn't have an ab shot, which is odd. He's got the best back, best. I actually have Hardy as having a better back lat spread than him. It's surprising. He's tremendous. He's outstanding, but like in prejudging, and I know there's two different shows, night show and prejudging, but in prejudging, like his quads looked like they had faded. He looked like he had faded.
Let me throw something out there.
But the attributes, stand and relax, phenomenal. Front double bicep, phenomenal. Back shots, phenomenal. But just when he was standing next to Hardy all the time, I just thought that Hardy had a little bit more completeness and polish everywhere and always in prejudging and finals to be able to get, like, if I'm a judge, like, you know what, he's a better bodybuilder yesterday and today.
Let me throw something out there. I think we all agreed after prejudging that everyone was a little off. Yeah. No one was at their best, including Hardy from behind.
The lighting was remarkably off.
But his glutes were not in like they normally are. So, when that happens, what happens is the judges have to kind of vote for what's up there. Mm-hmm. And I think they went away from Hardy because he wasn't at his best, even though a lot of us felt that Hardy did enough to win. What did you think about that assessment?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, everybody was a little bit off yesterday, and we expected them to come back better today. I think Samson came back better. I didn't really see the improvement in Derek, though. That's why I was kind of shocked. I was shocked that he won, really.
What were you pissed off about, Samir Benoot, Mr. Olympia?
I'm going to tell you like it is. Our main pick was really Lunsford. We have been, because we saw the changes he made, and the guy's got the body, and he really improved his back. But when I came here, I was in a state of shock because I didn't expect that Hardy to make such a great improvement. He came in bigger and harder. He was super hard.
You like the way Hardy looked?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I love Lunsford. He's my buddy. And I told him that he would win, and he would slam dunk win. But when I saw the changes, I thought really Hardy won. Yes, based on the prejudging, he won by a landslide.
Samir, you're the master of sodium manipulation. And so how does a guy get so hard from behind, Derek, but yet in the front not be so dry?
Well, sometimes your nerve play a role of, your adrenal, that. And cortisol can really pull in some of the fluid.
That's where he holds his water.
Yeah, more likely. But, if you look at Hardy, he was super shredded in the front. And based on that, right away, I forget it. I mean, Hardy won. But then again, Lunsford looked a lot better tonight, a lot better. But from my perspective, I still gave the edge to Hardy.
Jimmy Mentis, deserved victory for Derek Lunsford?
After prejudging, everybody could have flipped a coin, and you didn't know which way it was going. But looking at everybody, you had Derek, he was fading, coming back. Samson started sweating, started fading a little. The only person who's consistent between prejudging and finals was Hardy. Mm-hmm. I could have flipped a coin after the prejudging, right? Because everybody had their own little thing. But tonight, when everybody came out, after everybody came out, I had Hardy winning it.
Now, I made a prediction, okay, to you. You remember what the prediction was?
Yeah, you said if Hardy didn't win, he was going to run off the stage.
I said if Hardy didn't
wanted
win,
to
he was
affirm.
going to not be happy about it. I didn't know if he'd run off stage, but I said he was going to be pissed.
You said he would walk off the stage.
Yeah, I did say that. Okay. Now, we don't like sore losers.
You know what? I mean, it's really hard to hold it in because the majority, just about everyone, told him that he's definitely going to win. And I'm among the people that thought he would win.
I never saw Jay Cutler walk off stage.
He did once.
I never saw him. I said.
I never did. But, I mean, when you're pissed, you could do things, you could be irrational a little bit. But I don't blame him because, honestly, I felt really bad for him because I really thought he would win.
Hold on. I got Sergio Oliva Jr. here, but
It was also $400,000.
I don't think it was the money. I think Hadi was very upset that he lost the title. Did Hadi deserve to win tonight? Or was Derek the winner?
I don't know how to do anything but tell the truth.
Good judgment.
I just wish bodybuilding would stick to their rules, right? The whole you got to knock the champ off and he's got to come in off, that's fine. Stick to that rule. Hadi wasn't off to lose. Like you said, everybody, I think.
Was he his best?
Well, his best was when he was taking third place and they were robbing him, to tell you the truth.
You're right.
Yeah. That was his best.
So maybe the judges are evaluating him against what they know his best was. I didn't see glutes tonight. Hadi always had glutes, didn't he?
Yeah, he is bigger. Like Serge said, he is bigger, but he did lose some of that quality with the size.
He pulled the bigger last year, and it worked for him. But we thought he was going to come down and be harder.
But let's be realistic. When you talk about Lunsford, you're talking about beautiful physique. He's pretty put together properly. He flows properly. Just by that, if he comes in shredded, he's going to take it all. But yes, Hadi had the edge, and let's be honest here. No disrespect to Lunsford. I told Lunsford that he would win. John and I talked about it a million times, right, John? But, it is what it is right now. I guess the judges.
Lunsford had the shape last year, and he didn't win. So,
From behind, I think we could all agree that no one's better than Lunsford.
For sure.
He's the best guy from behind him.
Definitely.
And probably in the sides, you can make a case for him being really good too. But for some reason, from the front, he's not quite as hard. I personally believe that because everyone was a little bit off at this show, it left the door open for the judges to make a change. And no one's going to ever be happy with change because we all thought, Hadi did enough to win, but he wasn't at his best. And I think that left the door. And it was very close last year.
He was at his best.
I don't believe that.
Oh, come on, dude. He was.
From behind, do you think he was at his best?
He was harder from the front. His back wasn't as sharp.
You just said he was at his best. He wasn't.
But his back was never shredded. He's always hard.
He was shredded 2 years ago.
I don't know. I saw it.
What do you think about Samson Dowda? What does he need to do to win?
I mean, you're asking the wrong guy.
Why do you think he didn't win?
I think that he looked better at the Arnold. I think it's one of those things, like you just said, where no matter what, the sport is judged by humans. And whenever we see it like a certain amount of crispness, to be a little bit off, even 1%, it's noticeable. And then it's hard to not deduct a guy at a level of a show like this where everybody's on,
You thought that Samson might have got the win tonight.
Well, I wasn't sure after prejudge. I was sure of only one thing in this show after prejudging. I thought Hadi won, which was, since I was so sure, I was just surprised that he didn't win. So no disrespect to Derek. So coming out of the night show, what's surprising is that I was so sure that he would win that when he didn't win, it's like, well, that's a surprise. And then I start to think of, does Hadi have gaps and weaknesses? No. Does Derek have some gaps and weaknesses? Yes. The most muscular, the pecs are weird. And he does not have an ab shot. Those two weird things. Yes, he has the best back double. Yes, he has the best back lat spread. But this is, at this level, besides conditioning, it's who doesn't have weaknesses and gaps. And when Samson came into prejudging, you can tell, he made these guys, I thought, he's a big dude. And that is important. Takes up a lot of space on stage, what you might not be able to see on the internet or in pictures. He's a big, towering dude with round shoulders, round triceps, round legs. That said, I agree with Sergio. He was not tight enough in prejudging to make that mass effective. When he came in tonight, I just thought, okay, Hadi's consistent, and I thought maybe he would steal some places away from Derek because he was harder at night. I thought Derek was better at night too, but you know, I thought there might be some judges that favor or like the big man slow.
I'm listening.
Milos, and I talked to Milos and I said, Milos, why didn't Samson win the show? Because
Why didn't he
listen,
win?
he's 296 pounds. The morning of preacher.
300 on a dot.
I make a mistake. I copped him 3 more bagels. It's 301.
Samson had it all, but he didn't get that onion skin yet.
So it's called the Mr. Onion Skin competition. What is this?
You gotta get
Wait, you're in the camera.
Hey, it's listen. It's called bodybuilding. It's not weight loss. It's not.
Move up a little bit.
Because he's a fucking. Dorian told me that he's planning. Yeah, Dorian is planning something very nice with this. But anyway, it's not
size of the
conditioning
building.
contest.
It's not the size of the building. It's the quality of the muscle. I'm telling you, Hadi had the quality shredded
Why
muscle.
did he win?
He wasn't shredded from the back.
Samir, just stand over there. Just
You know,
Samir.
I'll be honest with you. It's all about quality. If I didn't have the quality, I wouldn't have even won the Olympia.
So hold on a second. Derek Lansford had a quality in chest, shoulders.
Yeah, you're right.
So make up your mind,
Hadi
Samir.
was lacking in that area quality-wise. But physique-wise, he's put together properly, okay? Same thing with Samson. Samson has the body to win the Olympia. Well, sure. No doubt about it. But had he been like that 24K, the one we're talking
How
about.
many boxes we have this? Balance box, huh? Symmetry, proportion, size, conditioning. Okay, so he's out-conditioned.
Yeah. He was
Okay?
out-conditioned.
5 other boxes are checked.
Well, you know,
It's bodybuilding, Samir.
we put so much emphasis on conditioning.
Why?
Conditioning is important. Why?
Because
you-
Lee Haney out-conditioned Gaspari and Labrada.
Hey, come on, we're talking about what happened tonight, okay? The guy.
Talking about the past, why you won, all this stuff. Let's talk about it. Give credit to where credit is due. Hadi Chopin was slice and dice. I mean, Jesus Christ.
So how do you feel about Hadi's losing tonight?
I think that if it's condition contest, Hadi should have won 2019, 21, and this year. If it's conditioning contest, okay.
So you're okay with
His balance? No, listen, I'm not qualified judge, so I'm not going to say congratulations to Derek. I mean, come on. 212 champion
So what
coming
you're
to
saying
the-
is because Hadi didn't win, you would have felt that the better choice would have been Samson.
Of course, yeah. I think if exactly.
If they're not going to pick Hadi, then it should have
They're
been
not
Samson.
going to pick conditioning, Samir's thing. It's a quality of the building. Then,
So you only support the size now. You don't want to support.
No, what he's
quality.
saying. No, what he's saying is that
size,
Hadi was not the guy they were
size,
picking, so it wasn't obviously a conditioning thing.
Yeah, but in any way, listen, we are not qualified judges, we are fans, but we've been around. Of course, I appreciate your view and Chris's view. I still think that it's hashtag bodybuilding. It should be,
Why didn't Hadi win? Tell me.
They're gonna say that he beat him on the back double biceps, striated glutes.
I would say that.
For the love of God, striated glutes contest.
So,
It's happened before.
And
tell me
it
why
shouldn't be.
Samson didn't win. That's
They
from your
chose-
perspective.
They still want him a little bit more conditioned, and they still want a little bit more back. Okay, they didn't want a most muscular pose on the winner. Hold on a second. Side chest, side triceps. Is this the poses that Derek could actually win?
Look, Samson is a good poser. He's got a beautiful physique. He's got a Mr. Olympia physique.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But with a little bit more quality, believe me, this guy can take
So
it all.
you're saying
No bullshit.
you're saying they're holding Samson to a higher standard because they can know he can be better. Is that what you're saying?
I really think he could win the whole thing. I think he's capable. What do you think?
When my assessment is that what I'm hearing here is that everyone was a little off in some capacity,
Yeah, in
and it
some
was very
capacity.
hard for the judges to, in their mind, put together who had the best overall look in their mind that would warrant being Mr. Olympia.
Can I change the topic a little bit?
Sure.
Why Bumstead is winning every year? You tell me.
That's the best structure for a classic physique.
Isn't it the quality that he brings to the stage?
Many guys in classic physique they have that quality. What are you talking about? It's a structure that wins for.
Let me tell you something. Ramon has an incredible body, full of muscle belly. He flows better, but he's winning base because he had great quality, he got great muscle control. And you know what? That's the edge. That's his edge.
I think it's his structure. I think he's just structurally better.
I do too. Yeah.
I think Bumstead is just wider and bigger structure.
Yeah, but I'm talking about full muscle belly from ankle to neck.
I think they all three of the top three were.
Look, if I have a 20 million follower, I'll win every day.
Well, there you go. You just answered that question by yourself.
No,
20 million.
no, wait a minute.
Reasons why.
I'm not
20 million reasons why he won.
Wait.
20 million followers.
I'm not disrespecting Bumstead. I think Bumstead is great. But from my perspective, I think Ramon's got a beautiful body. He's put together.
It was very
really
close.
nice.
Definitely very close.
Really?
Okay, let's get back to Open.
Yeah,
'cause I
get
have a
back to
question
Open.
for Milos.
Yeah.
Do you think Samson looked better at the Arnold or at the Olympia?
At Olympia, and confirmed by Tyler Mann and other judges that he improved. Put it this way, Samson is still improving. And that's all that you want, and he's getting bigger, and he's getting fuller.
Posing, literally during prejudging, he was improving.
Listen, I'm biased coach and an unqualified judge, of course. But if I was just watching the show, I love Andrew Jack, so Andrew Jack is not my athlete, and if Andrew was in shape, that was my concern. So I actually wish
Andrew falls into the same category as Samson. He needs more size so that he can come in shrink wrapped and still have enough muscle.
But I think that we all agree that Samson has enough size. I mean, he was. You know how I could never.
Well, you were his coach. Why wasn't he lean enough then?
Put it this way, he's dieting super hard. Sorry, Dennis James. Okay, that's as far as he could go.
What's the necessary adjustment you need to do for Samson?
Hold on. That's as far as he can go?
He did 16 weeks of dieting, very, very strict, very low carbs, and this is what shows coming.
I saw some pictures that you had leaked out. He looked pretty good a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, he looks similar.
Did you fill him up too much?
No. I mean, I can tell you what, he probably less, I guarantee you, probably less than anybody on stage.
Really?
He was, 2 cups of rice per meal, and there was 3 meals on Wednesday, 5 meals on Thursday, and 5 meals on Friday. 90 grams of carbs, 2 cups. Seriously. Yeah, this is how it is. That's what people think that, I can't remember. It was already a plan to go lower carbs because he's full, he's big. He was going to be biggest on stage anyway, so why try to go for the size?
What was your strategy with Andrew Jackson?
Try to accentuate his strengths, which is roundness. I mean, it's easy to play 20, whatever it is. I mean, try to come in rounder. I mean, it goes back to the Arnold. I thought he was the most conditioned person in the show for sure. And that didn't work, even though the judges said you look fantastic. And I think Texas was kind of like a middle approach, like rounder and still in really good condition. So, the third is just like try to be rounder. I don't think, frankly, that at this point Andrew will win or Samson can win unless they are, peeled and have the roundness. Like Andrew has to have the roundness here, but the Arnold condition. It's a piece of cake on paper.
He needs more muscle to do that.
Yeah.
And I think Samson's in the same. Do you think that Samson needs to be bigger?
No, I mean, but he's just getting bigger. I mean, he's dedicating his life to this, and he wants to be next. He was hoping he's going to be today, but he's going to be the next.
I think the most courageous guy on stage had to be Brandon Curry, who was in the hospital 2 days ago. And he had, a camera down his throat, which he had to be put out for that. So the fact that he made it to the stage and made top 5 at the Olympia is pretty damn impressive. And that just shows you he's got the heart of a champion.
And while he was in the hospital, he didn't eat anything.
He ate nothing, right, for like 12 hours.
Yeah, they were trying to feed him, and he's like, no, I'm not.
It was?
Randy told me it was like 30 hours because he had to do a fast to even have the test.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and he still looked as good as he did on stage. So
Fourth, right?
imagine Imagine if he didn't go through that, he might have won the show.
It's wild. 4th in the world, and you were in the hospital. But wasn't Phil hooked up to an IV one time when he got sick? Jay, it happened to him a couple times. So it happens, it's a thing.
Overall impression of John Hansen of the entire weekend?
I thought it was a surprise. Derek pulled it off. He's a great guy. So it was great to see him win. But Hadi, I thought, had the condition. I thought he was going to pull it off. And I thought Samson was going to be second. So it was a shock.
Milos, I want to ask you while you're still here. Did you have what did you think about Hadi storming off stage after?
Well, listen, I mean, he has a hearing problem. Maybe he just wanted to get a
Hearing problem. He took his medal off and walked off stage.
Yeah, well, listen, so was Flex Wheeler when Ronnie Coleman won. It's look, when you have that mindset, you're a champion. I mean, arguably, he could have been 4 times Olympia champion now, and he got a 1, and he lost, so he didn't defend the title in this kind of condition. The whole country is behind him. It's huge disappointment, even though the Derek is his teammate and a friend. On the stage they're not friends, and they're rivals. He was disappointed. He believes
it's easy to be friends with someone when you're beating them.
Yeah, exactly. But he believes that he should have won. He made improvements. He's complete, balanced, and
You think we'll see him back again next year?
oh, for sure. It's just I don't know if this was the right move for him. As you know, this might cost him. Yeah, and we all know how that works.
All right. I want to ask you, Milos, you brought up a point. Hadi Shupin seems to always step forward on the line. Is that something that's almost like he shouldn't be doing?
That should be against the rules. Steve called him like 5 times to go back on line. It's disturbing how much Derek is moving forward constantly. Samson was laughing about it. Cedric McMillan was putting Hadi in a place back in San Marino, right? That's what they do. The smaller guys gain
They step up.
Yeah, they have to look bigger. But it's one thing when you're warned, go back, and then you keep doing. I mean, just watch. He was way overdoing it, and to create illusion of a size.
But what do you do? It's not boxing. You can't deduct points.
Well,
So how do they stop that?
They should penalize them and say, okay, you do it again, you're out of the contest. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Stipulating that there's no rule. They should make a rule.
You have a box right there in line, so you shouldn't do this.
Having
Or
rules.
just have somebody on stage
I mean,
that can enforce it.
Yeah.
How many times did you pose on stage at the Nationals and you just had room there and you moved forward? It's a natural thing.
You can't keep doing it.
But the thing is, you can. It's the adrenaline. It's the thing. You
He
want
was
to
yelling. I never heard him screaming so much for those guys to get back in line, and that was a big deal. Yeah. Well, I think it was a very aggressive, bunch of guys out there too. And let's talk about 212 because Sergio brought up a point. Are you of the belief that they want to get rid of 212?
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm just asking if I know firsthand I got whipped by a 212 guy. Now we have a 212 winning the Olympia.
We have first and second place guy.
3 212 guys in the top 10. This open show, 3 212.
Lee Priest would say that there should only be one class because he had to do it against the open guys.
Lee Priest would probably say Hadi had a point walking off stage, taking the medal off. So that's a different
I
subject.
don't know. I guess it depends. Look,
we gotta watch the video.
yeah. I want to say this. I really enjoyed the production out there. I thought they put on a really, really good stage show. The only thing I was disappointed about, I said it last night, was that the prejudging is starting too late, and these guys are not coming in at their best because of that. Do you think that they should be holding this prejudging much earlier?
Well, listen, none of us trained to be in shape at 11 o'clock at night. So any of these athletes are never peaking for 11 o'clock at night.
It's an easy fix, too.
It's an easy fix, but they would say if they're first, nobody would stay for the end. So
Who cares?
Exactly.
They sold it.
They're still selling the tickets. No one's gonna. If they leave, they leave. They're gonna leave before or after.
Other than that, I think that Jake Wood and Dan Solomon and the whole team did a great job. They rolled out the red carpet. I loved that Batista was here. I loved that Shaq was in the front row there. I thought it was, very celebrity driven. I thought it was a lot of excitement in there. When I walked down that long hallway to get here tonight, the line was so long they had to wrap it around. I thought people were going in the wrong direction. And that tells me that bodybuilding is healthy. The fans really love it. I thought it was a great venue. I wish they almost didn't go back to Vegas. I kind of like it here in Florida.
You're just saying that because you live
I
so
could drive
close.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Vegas, I could drive 1 hour.
Well, I could drive here, Samir. Come on, man. Leave me. John Hanson and I are very close.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be another 5 years before they see you at the Olympics.
And I want to thank everyone. By the way, we had a live stream that was very popular with King Kamali, Lee Priest, Dennis Wolf, Armand Adibi, Amin Alai. And Tyler, the producer, our producer, did a great job making that all happen. And I got to tell you, it was super popular. I popped on there a couple times, and they were giving their true opinion. So if you want to check that out, you can watch the replay of that. I want to thank everyone here: Jimmy Mentis, Chris Aceto, Milos, Sergio, John Hanson, Mr. Olympia. You'll always be Mr. Olympia. What's your name again? Samir Badut, right. I'm Dave Palumbo. Sid, behind the scenes. Kaz, our videographer and photographer. Great crew here for the RX Muscle team. Thank you, Dan Solomon, for rolling out the red carpet for us. That's going to do it for this year. You're going to have to stay tuned to next year to see if Hadi Chupin returns to get his throwing back. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo saying good night and be safe.